There is screaming in the burrow again, and this time it's from a human. I open my eyes. It is so early in the morning that the sky is more black than blue. The slice of dawn at the edge of the horizon, more promise than reality. My door slams open. In a rectangle of light, I see my mother. "Cassia," she says in relief. And she turns back to call to my father. "She's fine." "Bram too," he calls back. And then we are all in the hall going towards the front door, because someone in our street is screaming, and the sound is so uncommon it cuts deep. We may not hear the sound of pain often in Maple Tree Burrow, but the instinct to try and help has not yet been matched out of us. My father throws open the door, and we all look out. The streetlights seem dimmer, the officials' coats dull and gray. They walk fast, a figure between them, behind them a few more people, officers, and someone else screaming. Even in the muted glow of the streetlights, I recognize her. Ada Markingham, someone who has borne pain before, who bears it again now as she chases the figure surrounded by the officials and officers. Kai! Kai! For the first time in my life, I run as fast as I can in public. No tracker to slow me, no branches to stop me. My feet fly over grass, over cement. I cut across the lawn of my neighbors and through the flowers trying to catch up to the lead group moving towards the air train stop. An officer detaches from them and hurries towards Ada. She's drawing too much attention. Other houses have opened the doors, and people standing on the steps watching. I run faster. My feet hit the sharp, cold grass of M's lawn. A few more houses. "Cassia," M calls in her doorway. "Where are you going?" Kai hasn't heard me over Ada's scream. There's almost to the step that go up to their train platform. When they walk under the light at the bottom, I see they've locked Kai's hands together, just like they did in the picture. "Kai!" I scream again. His head snaps up. He turns his face towards me, but I am not close enough to see his eyes. I have to see his eyes. Another officer breaks away from the group and heads in my direction. I should have waited until I was closer before I called out, but I'm still fast, almost there. Part of my mind tries to process what is happening. Are they taking him away for his new work position? If so, why so early in the morning? Why is Ada so upset? Wouldn't she be happy to know he has a new chance, something better than washing foilware? Why does he wear hand locks? Did they try to fight him? Did they see the kiss? Is that why this is happening? I see the air train sliding along the tracks towards the station, but it's not the air train we usually ride, the silvery white one. It's a charcoal gray long-distance train, the kind that only depart from Central City Center. I can hear it coming, too. It's heavier, louder than the white one. Something isn't right. And if I didn't know that already, the word Kai calls out to me as they push him up the steps confirms everything. Because they're in front of everyone, all his survival instincts leave him and a different instinct takes over. He calls out my name, "Cassia." In that one word, I hear it all. That he loves me, that he's afraid, and I hear the goodbye he was trying to tell me yesterday on the hill. He knew. He's not just leaving for a new work position. He's going somewhere, and he doesn't think he'll come back. I hear footsteps behind me. Soft on the grass, the footsteps in front of me. Hard on the metal. I glance back to see an officer hurry towards me. Forward, and an officer rushed down the metal stairs. Ada's no longer screaming. They want to stop me the way they stopped her. I can't get to him. Not this way. Not now. I can't push past officers on the stairs. I'm not strong enough to fight them or fast enough to outrun them. Do not go gentle. I don't know if Kai speaks the words to my mind somehow, or if I think them to myself, or if grandfather might be out there somewhere in the almost night calling the words on the wind, words with wings like angels. I veer to the side of the platform. Feet fast on the cement, Kai sees what I'm doing and he twists away the sharp movement that earns him a second of freedom before the hand clamps down on him again. It is enough. For a moment he leans over the edge of the lighted platform. I see what I need to see. I see his eyes bright with life and fire. I know he won't stop fighting, even if it's the kind of quiet fight on the inside that you can't always see. And I won't stop fighting either. I call for the officials and the sound of the air train slides to a stop will cover my words. Kai won't be able to hear anything I say. So in the middle of all the noise, I point to the sky and hope he understands what I meant, because I mean so many things. My heart will always fly his name. I won't go gentle. I'll find a way to soar like the angels in the stories, and I will find him. I know he understands as he looks straight at me, deep into my eyes. His lips move silently, and I know what he says, the words of the poem the only two people in the world know. Tears well up, but I blink them away, because if there is one moment of my life I want to see clearly, it's this. The officer reaches me first, grabbing my arm and pulling me back. Leave her alone, my father says. I have no idea he could run so fast. She's done nothing. My mother and Bram hurry across the grass towards us. Xander and his family follow behind. She's causing a disturbance, the officer says grimly. Of course she is, my father resorts. They've taken her childhood friend away in the early of the morning while his mother screams. What's going on? I hear how loud my father's voice is as he dares to ask this question. I dart a glance over at my mother to see how she feels about this. Her face shows nothing but pride as she looks at him. To my surprise, Xander's father speaks up. Where are you taking the boy? The white-coated official takes charge, his voice loud so that everyone gathering can hear. His words are clipped and formal. I'm sorry your morning has been disturbed. This young man received a new work position, and we are merely picking him up to transport him. Since the position is outside Oriole Providence, his mother's become overwrought and upset. Why all the officers? Why all the officers? Why the handlocks? The official explanation makes no sense, but after a short pause, everyone nods, accepting it. Except Xander. He opens his mouth as if to speak, but then he glances over at me and closes it. All the adrenaline from trying to catch up to Kai leaves me, and a horrible realization begins to sink in. Wherever Kai went, it's because of me. Because of my kiss. Either way, this is my fault. Lies, Patrick Markingham says. Everyone turns to look at him. Even standing there in his sleep clothes, his face drawn and thin from all he's suffered. He still has a quiet dignity, a quality no one can touch. It is something I have seen only in one other person. Though Patrick and Kai are not related by blood, they both possess the same kind of strength. The official told Kai and the other workers, he says, looking at me, that they'd been given a new work position, better one, but in reality they're sending them to outer Providence to fight. I reel backwards as if I was struck, and my mother reaches out her hand to steady me. Patrick is still talking. The war with the enemy isn't going well. They need more people to fight. All the original villagers are dead, all of them. He pauses, speaks as if to himself. I should have known they'd take aberrations first. I should have known Kai would be on the list. As though since we'd been through so much, his voice shakes. It turns to him, furious, forgiving. We forget sometimes. But he never did. He knew it was coming. Did you see him fight? Did you see his eyes when they took him away? She throws her arms around Patrick's neck, and he holds her close. Her sobs ring out of control out in the cool morning. He's going to die. It's a death sentence back there. Then she pulls away, screams at the official. He's going to die. Two of the officials move quickly, pinning Patrick and Ada's hands behind their back and pulling the Markinghams away. Patrick's hands snap back as one of them grasps him to keep him from talking. And they do the same to Ada, to stifle her screams. I've never seen or heard of officials using such force. Don't they realize that doing this gives truth to Patrick and Ada's words? The air cars descend near us and disgross more officials. The officers push the Markinghams towards it, and Ada reaches for her husband's hand. Their fingernails miss by centimeters, and she is denied that touch, and one thing in the world that could comfort her now. I close my eyes. I wish I couldn't hear her screams echoing in my ears and the words I know I will never forget. He's going to die. I wish my mother could have taken me back inside my house, tucked me into bed like she did when I was a child. When I watched night fall outside my window without a worry, when I did not know what it was like to want to break free.